Hey everyone, Doug Lorcana back here with a fabled, I guess pre-fabled market watch video. I'm going to be talking about cards that I think are going to have some big value moves this set, notably in the first week or so. A lot of you guys have probably already heard about, for example, Tiana and Namari's prices kind of skyrocketing lately, but there's quite a few cards that are worth taking a look at this set. I'm just going to go through my list here, going in cost order, just because that's how my Dreamborn list has it laid out. But the first card I want to look at is Go-Go Tamago, the 2-cost evasive 2/2 with the instant lore gain. She is going to be played in notably 2 big decks right now. Green-purple evasives, well, because she's evasive. That deck likes to go fast, and it's a good reach card. And also, it's an evasive card that you can play on turn 2 to get some good Dumbo value with. Speaking of Dumbo, I'm going to hold off on the Fabled cards because it's pre-release, but these cards are already out and their prices are already fluctuating in anticipation for the meta. So we can take a look here at Go-Go Tamago, Cutting Edge, Darting Dynamo. We can take a look at her price movement. As you can see here, right around when Fabled started being shown, her price has only been going up. There's a little dip in the past couple days, but we're seeing this kind of graph of going up. She's currently at $2 market price non-foil. She is kind of capped in price because she's a starter deck rare, but her price is really only going to keep going up here. If I just sort by item price only here, we can see there's a $2.14. So the lowest listing price is $2.14 for a non-foil. This foil is $2.40. It's not bad, but shipping not included. So that's a good... This card is going to be seeing play in quite a few decks, like dogs, and then like I just talked about, also green-purple evasives. Don't want to spend too much time on this card, but I think it's definitely, if you play green and you like to play the more aggressive style of decks, I'd pick this up while you can. Next card I kind of want to look at is Calhoun Marine Sergeant. This card is just a great anti-aggro tool, making sure your opponent doesn't while you're answering their board, you're still getting lore, so you can kind of turn away from aggro. Against an aggro deck, you can kind of flip the switch a bit on them, flip the table. This card has always been relatively pricey. In the past month since Fabled teasers have been coming out, her price has been fluctuating, and it's kind of flatlined here for $6.80. It's because 0 items sold. But overall, as long as aggro is a major part of the meta, she's going to be pretty good. She's just a great value card on turn 2. Her only downside is the fact that she's uninkable. Into a control deck, she's kind of useless. But she's still a good card, especially in an aggro meta, which a lot of people are liking Amber Steel aggro right now, and Chernodogs. So we're looking at some current listings. We see $6.60, $8.50, $10. She's a pricey card. So if you pull a foil of her, that's $13.50, and this is all in USD. That's kind of crazy. Good price if you can pull this rare. Next on the list is Doc Bold Knight. Absolutely bananas card. Really, really powerful draw card. We see him currently sitting at $8 US for a normal card. Is he also not in... Is he in any of the decks included for... What is it? like maybe Reign of Jafar's. Um, what's it called? The multiplayer game. Is he in one of those decks? I can't remember. Or is he in a starter deck? Someone in the comments let me know on if he is or not. But regardless, if you pull a dock in one of your packs, that pays for the pack. And then some. If you pull a foil one, that's like 3 packs worth. It's a great card. I'd grab him while you can. Like, look at this. Like, pre-fabled, $6. Like, as low as $5. And then all of a sudden, fabled, like, starts getting announced. And then boom. Like, just shoots up $3 in price. Very, very good card. Amber Steel Aggro loves him. Purple Steel Aggro loves him. Blue Steel Aggro loves him. Like, any Steel Aggro decks love this card. Even like non-aggro decks, like Purple Steel Control still might be playing this dock. Blue Steel Control might be playing this dock. He's good. Like, compared to Desperate Plan, maybe not, but like he's still like for control decks, maybe not, but I don't know. He's pretty good, especially paired with the 7 Dwarf Mine, which is the next one we're going to talk about here. Which is 7 Dwarf Mine, Secure Fortress. Currently, only an uncommon card, so obviously the non-foil is not super relevant here. But the foil one's at $3, and if we look at... I don't think we can look at market price history for the foil. Yeah, not really. But, like, if I sort by... How do I... The lowest non-foil, which would probably be over here. So the lowest foil, $4.50, $4. So like for an uncommon foil, it's pretty good. Yeah, and these aggro decks might like it, especially if Doc is one of the only remaining draw engines in the game. I'm a fan. And also Happy is pretty good in Purple Steel because on your turn he's evasive and can trigger a Dumbo effect, which is great. Yeah, so Happy and 7 Dwarf Mine, because of Doc's popularity and Dumbo's popularity, worth checking out and maybe selling while you can if you have foils, or buying up. Not financial advice, but that's what I'm going to be looking to do. Next on the list, still on the topic of aggro, we have Tiana, restaurant owner, who is, holy moly, like, this is probably one of the steepest price increases in the history of Lorcana. Like, $7 on August 10th. 12 days later, $20 more. $21 more almost. Absolutely bananas. There's only one foil still available, and that's at almost $40. Average market price is $20. No, sorry, $28. That's just phenomenal. Like, if you were holding Tiana's, good for you. Do I think she's gonna stay at this price? Absolutely not. In my own testing, what I'm saying is sell your Tianas while you can. Like, the card's good, don't get me wrong, but it's like, there are so many answers. It's kind of in the same realm as Yago, the 4-cost illusion in purple. Yes, really good if your opponent, if it's kind of a rogue deck, but as of right now, Amber Steel's not a rogue deck. Everyone's worried about Tiana, so people are going to be decking human Sisus, LeFou's even in Ruby to re-ready her, Mother Knows Best, Under the Sea, all this stuff. Like, there are so many ways to answer Tiana, and just, like, she's uninkable in that case, too. I think she is kind of one of those cards that'll have to be reserved for as a surprise card, but as of right now, she's not a surprise, so she's definitely overpriced in my mind. Sell your Tianas while you can is basically what I'm saying. If I'm wrong, sorry. Come back to this video and give me hell for it, but the card's too too strong. Sorry, too overpriced right now. Even we can even take a look at her enchanted. Curious how that price movement has been. Bro, at this point, just buy the enchanteds if you want foils. I guess there's less available, but oh, never mind. There we go. Yeah, 115. Yeah, but yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, the enchanted's pretty, so if you like Tiana, get the enchanted, but her prices will be going down, so you can wait for your Tianas. I would not feel the need to buy Tianas. And do I think she is a requirement to play Amber Steel aggro? Absolutely not. I don't think she's that much of a needle mover unless you're playing against somebody that isn't prepared for her, and most people are prepared for her right now. Moving on, we have the Jasmine what are they called? The Royal Jasmine package. We have this one, Jasmine Royal Seafarer, who is a rare, and when you play her, you can exert chosen damage character. Chosen opposing character gains reckless. You choose one of those. Sorry. And she's a 2/3, 3-cost inkable on 3. Now, the reason why I think she is relevant, yes, Lewis is a bigger body. Yes, he swings back harder, but Jasmine doesn't have to exert. So that's very notable if you're playing Chernodog's decks. Notably, when you're playing a Chernodog deck, I keep saying Chernodog. Chernodog is gone, rest in peace, but the dog's decks. You play her on turn 3. She's got a 3 toughness body, so she doesn't die to a single fire of the cannons. That means that it's very likely that she will, and she's also got 2 strength, which means she won't die to a human Sisu, but she's very likely to survive for your turn 4, for when you will normally be playing your Tramp 7 cost. And this kind of stalls their board if you're into aggro for that turn as well. I think she's good in that case. I also think in blue-green she can be good, because right now what a lot of people are doing is they're playing Captain Hook or Rafiki in their aggro decks, and whenever the opponent plays Lewis, they just have their Captain Hook run in instead of their Reckless Nala or something. So Jasmine at least doesn't die to that Captain Hook. Well, she will, but she doesn't have to be exerted and die in the moment. The next turn, that Jasmine can be used to sing Mother Knows Best or help sing Under the Sea, for example. I think she's relevant. Do I think she's going to go up in price by a significant amount? I mean, we're already seeing the spiking, right? Like up, not really, actually. Why does this graph show this? Because the price is like 10 cents in difference, but right now her market price is 26 cents for a rare. I'd grab her while you can right now. It's pretty good. If you play, I think outside of blue-green and outside of dogs, she isn't good. But in those 2 decks, she is good. So if you play those 2 decks, I'd recommend checking her out. And then next we have Jasmine Royal Commodores. This one, who is the the Floodborn for that smaller Jasmine. Also great with the Dogs deck. I've been playing a Dogs deck where I turn 3 Jasmine, turn 4 Tramp, find a Jasmine shift. Next turn afterwards, play Jasmine. And then my entire opponent's board is back to their hand. I can also, if I want to, bounce back one of my own cards, like so I can quest with all of those 1-drops that I have on the board. Like, let's say I turn 1 1-drop, turn 2 2 1-drops, turn 3 small Jasmine, turn 4 Tramp, turn 5 quest with those 1-drops, play Jasmine, bring the 1-drops back to hand, kind of thing. Now, do you want to do that always? Probably only if they have Calhouns ready to take out your guys, but I mean, into aggro, she's good at bouncing your opponent's board. And if your opponent's going more control, you can bounce your own stuff. It's notable. Like, don't forget that your characters that are exerted will also go to your hand, which can be good and also can be bad. But looking at her price points here, not a lot of sales on her, which is very interesting. I think she's a card that definitely will see a lot more play. I've been playing her in blue-green. I've been playing her in dogs, just because she's good at dealing with aggro boards. She's also a big body. If you're playing blue-green down in New Orleans, she's also she's got a 1 cost. She's a 6 cost, so she can sing it. Sorry, she's got a 1 cost shift target, and she can sing for 6, so solid card. This is one $465 for cold foil. We're not really seeing any market price fluctuation, mostly because there's just not a lot on the market right now. But yeah, I think definitely worth checking out. If you go into a game store and you see one for cheap, and you play one of those 2 decks I've been talking about, or 3, I guess, if you're counting multiple different blue-green decks, definitely worth trying to grab 1 or 2. Next, we have yet another Jasmine, the Steady Strategist. We've got, so this is the blue steel one. This one, the blue steel one. With A Whole New World being gone and the item draw systems being gone, blue steel players are looking to this card right now for a draw engine. Now, we're looking here at her price history, and it's going steadily up as people are realizing, hey, blue steel needs a draw engine, and her market price cold foil is almost $360, which is like what, $5 Canadian, a little under 5 Canadian. Most recent sales, ignore that most recent sale, but for sale you see her as a super rare under $1. Like, that's pretty good. Another card that's definitely worth checking out if you want to play blue steel allies. Now the question is, should you play blue steel allies? I don't know. I've got a friend, one of my play group members, shout out to Jeremy, blue steel enjoyer, one of the best blue steel players I know. He's been testing around with her, and he hasn't been able to do enough testing to have a full opinion on her, but overall, in my testing, she's been solid even without the 1 cost. Like, just you turn 2 ramp, turn 3 play this Jasmine, and then every time she quests, you get to draw a card as long as you have enough allies in your deck. It's always solid. I've been liking her. I think she's a good card. The question is, are you going to have enough allies in your deck to get value out of it? And we'll move on from there and talk about yet another ally in blue steel that I think is definitely worth taking a look at. Vincenzo Santorini, who is the explosive expert. He's currently going for only 25 cents market price, 30 cents here on the lowest current listing. Market price is all over the place if we go by a month. And now we're seeing his prices almost doubled since August 3rd. Almost doubled. And for good reason. Blue steel, I think he's a 4 of in every blue steel deck. He kills Dumbos, quests for 3, and we're in a meta that doesn't have Brawl, Medusa, Big Sisu. This 2/8 body isn't a bad thing, really. He's got a great, like, you can play Tinkerbell turn 6, Vincenzo turn 7, and that kills the Genie. I don't know, I think he's great, and he's an inkable card. I think if he wasn't inkable, he would be unplayable, but he's inkable. And having that available to you, just a 3-drop, like, smash on a body that quests for 3, like, this is phenomenal. He's a great card. In my testing, he's been absolutely amazing, and I can't imagine a blue steel control deck or mid-range deck without him. Absolutely buy him up while you can, I think. Cold foil's going up. I wish I could see, I'm sure there's a place I can find the graph for the cold foil. If any of you guys know it, let me know in the comments. But yeah, I'm happy to say that this card has been great for me and is only like 25 cents for non-foil. Absolutely phenomenal. Next, we will move on to, this is a card that everyone already knows about, Genie Wish Fulfilled. But it's worth to look at the graph. This card is somehow still getting better. Don't ask me why Ravensburger has such a large obsession with this card. Yes, Under the Sea is being played in a lot more decks now, so might be pushed out of... Well, it's not going to get pushed out of the meta. It draws a card on play. But it might have its power pushed down a bit, because he's really susceptible to getting bodied by Under the Sea, but like, he's still a ridiculously high-priced card. Blurple absolutely loves him. Green-purple absolutely loves him. Red-purple, if you're playing Dumbos in that list, absolutely loves him. Like, $21 American for a foil rare? Like, that's insanity. Yeah, I'm not saying buy him. I'm kind of wondering why you don't already have any, other than money issues, if you don't have one by now, because he's been a staple for a while. But I just think looking at this graph is interesting to me. Like, it kind of went up. People are like, oh yeah, Blurple's going to be great. And then they saw Amber Steel being popular, and they're like, oh, maybe Blurple doesn't have enough. And then they play the matchup, and they're like, oh, you know what, Blurple's good into Amber Steel now because they don't have a whole new world. And they don't just headshot whatever I play with their turn 2 singers with 4 Zeus, 4 Strength, 4 Storm anymore. So, like, I don't know. Interesting graph. The card's good. It's a staple at this point, and will probably be a staple until it rotates out. Do I think it's going to stick around for next rotation? Absolutely not. So if you don't play purple, I'm not saying buy him because he's a staple. I'm just saying if you are playing purple and you don't already have him, why don't you have him yet, kind of thing. And next, moving on to another card that could become a new staple in purple, is the Yzma Conniving Chemist, who is a great draw engine that might be powerful in the absence of Merlin Rabbit and friends on the other side. There's less draw engines. I mean, Dumbo exists, but if you're not playing evasive purple, I think you should be playing this Yzma card. And notably, we're seeing a massive spike in her graph here. She was $2, $2, and then everyone's like, oh shit, friends on the other side is not reprinting. And within, like, this is really interesting, actually. In a 2-day span, she went up by $10. Someone has been trying to manipulate this market on her. Not maliciously, but like someone saw the potential that this Yzma had and acted on it. So good for them, and I agree with them. Do I think that she will be a $15 card? Maybe. It really depends. I think purple decks are better off with Dumbo, at least right now, but steel decks could start playing Tug of War, and this could become a more, this could become a more consistent option. You don't need Dumbo draw engine into into the aggro decks. Like, Dumbo's kind of slow into aggro decks, but I mean, like, those mid-range battles, that's where Dumbo really shines, and those control battles. And I think if Dumbo runs into a lot of anti-Dumbo meta, Yzma might be able to squeak under that. So this is really weird. Normal is actually higher than the cold foil. I'm just catching that. Definitely because there hasn't been any cold foils sold lately. Yeah, there's only 4 available and only 1 foil, and that's at $90 for some reason. It might be an accidental listing of the Enchanted, which also, by the way, is a beautiful card. Yeah, I think definitely worth taking a look at. The card's price has skyrocketed for a good reason. It's a good card. Next, we have Stitch, the Alien Troublemaker. He has been seeing a good amount of play, again, because the lack of draw being available in Lorcana right now. We're seeing his price also spike, but also notably because we have the new Lilo card coming out in Fabled, who synergizes super well with this little guy. Um, him being able to draw a card and gain a lore every turn for you, as long as Lilo's still alive and able to quest, is pretty good. I've been playing him in my blue steel deck along with the Lilo. I know some people have been playing that combo in amber steel and also purple steel, but they have good synergy for a good reason. Very lore fitting. Good on Ravensburger for that. Now looking at the graph here, he is currently $1.54 for a rare. So almost a double in price. Cold foils up to $4. The price might be a little high. I don't know. It really depends on how challenge-based this meta is, because on his own, in a challenge-based meta, he is very good even without the Lilo. So I think it's worth noting that if you see the meta being more challenge-based, he will be a good card. I think if the challenge-based part of the meta... if the meta becomes less challenge-based and more becomes like, green-blue and green-yellow dominating with Under the Sea wipes and things like that, all about getting ETB value, he will fall off a cliff in value. Worth taking a look at is all I'm kind of saying. And moving on, speaking of Lilo, we have another Lilo causing an uproar, who I absolutely love this card. This is kind of like the action version of the Scrooge McDuck from... what set was that? Arcasia's Island. DKP decks are probably running this card. Well, if DKP decks actually survive. Green-red decks have been playing her as well. I've been seeing also some red-yellow decks playing her with like Be Our Guest, Look at This Family, finding the Lilo, playing a Thievery or something in order to get that third action in and play her for free. She's good. I like her. Price is a little high, probably. Oh, never mind. I was looking at the current listing. Her price, we're seeing it increase as the time goes on. Like August, right around when Fabled starts getting shown, yeah, her price has been going up. I still think she might be a little high. But I'm just kind of saying, if you have her, I wouldn't sell off on her just yet. She's worth taking a look at. If DKP lists, if for those of you that don't know, I keep saying DKP as if everyone knows what that is or who that is. DKP, the current world champion of Lorcana, he is very well known for his Ruby Sapphire mid-range list. And a lot of the cards from that deck have left us in rotation, and this Lilo is kind of a good addition to that deck now that there's less cards to choose from, and she's also good in Emerald Ruby. I've been seeing one of my friends in my play group, shout out to Dan, he also has been playing a lot of her in Emerald Ruby with the new power line and max packages. She's just been good. Power line alone, he creates 2 actions. Like if he sings a song, finds a song to replay for free, and then all you gotta do is play one more song, and then you get to play Lilo for free, and then your power line gets to sing 2 more actions. Like that can be good. Definitely worth taking a look at. I kind of want to take this time here to mention that whenever it comes to market watching, make sure you're testing stuff before you buy. Don't just watch my video and be like, oh, Doug said buy Yzma without ever testing how to play Yzma. And like, make sure you test your theory. Oh, Doug said Yzma could be good. I test Yzma. Oh, Yzma's been good in testing. Now I buy Yzma. Oh, Yzma's been bad in testing. Don't buy Yzma, right? Like, make your own decisions is kind of what I'm saying. Next we have, we got quite a list here. I gotta get going before this video takes too long. Next we have Namari, one of my favorite cards in all of Lorcana. Which one is this one? Namari Single-Minded? Yeah. Like, this is the new tragic hero of Lorcana. Dumbo is, but Namari is the steel tragic hero. Every turn you get to draw and discard a card, and on play, She also has a quadrillion strength if you have enough cards in your discard. Buy up your Namaris while you can. My friend owes me some Namaris. I bought some off him. Also shout out to Owen, just shouting at all my friends in this video, I guess. I bought some off him a couple months ago, actually, for $20 a piece, and now at $20 Canadian a piece, and now she's hovering around 26 American, which is pretty good. So I bought it when I was around this price, and now look at this price increase. It's because there's just less draw in Lorcana. Like, the game is a lot healthier now in terms of draw. Like, a draw and discard at your turn, like, yes, it's not actual draw, but it's kind of draw. Like, you're filtering to find the cards you need. It's very powerful. And also, she does very well with the card Desperate Plan that she's in the art of. If you have two in your hand, you can discard one, because having two Desperate Plans in your hand is absolutely awful. But yeah, I think if you don't have Namaris and you plan on playing a mid-range steel deck, you absolutely need this card. So yeah, this is advice. Grab some Namaris while you can, because I do think this is still a low price. 26 American. I think this card could reach 50 personally, as long as steel mid-range becomes good. Next we have I'm talking about Desperate Plan. We may as well talk more about Desperate Plan. This card is a very good draw. I'm currently testing to see if I prefer it over Dock or not. So far it's good. It's very high rolly, but also when you have two Desperate Plans in your hand, you actually want to cry. So my blue steel deck that I've been playing runs Filter. I run 4 Namaris. I run 4 one-cost Mulans that draw and discard. I'm off her now, but the new Jasmine that lets you discard a card, I was on some of her to help me as well. But yeah, this card is pretty good, worth keeping an eye on. At $2 a piece could be worth it, because this card very well could be a new major draw engine for Ruby Steel, or sorry, not why did I specify Ruby Steel? Just all steel mid-range decks in general. Like, we're seeing other people also catch on to this as the price has been increasing steadily over the past month. Well, not steadily, up and down, a bit of a roller coaster, but we're getting near the peak, probably. But if, again, similar to Namari, if steel mid-range decks become very popular, Desperate Plan's great. Another steel action, we have Tug of War. This card is I Hate Dumbo card. Basically all it is it was scoffed at before, because it, like, 3 damage, just play Smash, but Dumbo now is enabling some purple decks like green-purple to play all evasives. So when your opponent's board is Pegasus, Go-Go, Tinkerbell, then, I don't know, Genie, Dumbo, you play this, and then the turn after you play, I don't know, a Tinkerbell, boom, their entire board's wiped. This card's great, and actually this alone wipes everything but Genie and Yago. Well, almost everything but those. Like, this card could be good. We're looking here. I'm expecting... not enough people are buying Tug of Wars for some reason. I guess everyone already had them in bulk. But, like, we're seeing the price go up by 2 cents. Wow, whole 2 cents. But, like, I think interest in this card has definitely spiked. I've been seeing a lot of notable players talk about it. I personally think it has potential. I've been playing it in my blue steel deck, so I'm not just full of crap right now. I've been enjoying it. Into green purple, into blurple, into red purple. It's been solid. It's inkable. If it, again, like Vincenzo, if this card wasn't inkable, it would be completely useless. Use it as a coaster, but now you can actually take a look at this card and it might be playable. We're kind of seeing what Ravensburger was looking at when this card was printed, because they were probably already testing Dumbo when this card was actually printed. Next we have Into the Unknown. We'll finish up all of my actions on my list, Into the Unknown. Now this card hasn't really gone up in like value necessarily, but the fact that Blurple kind of has a little more space in their deck, I think makes this card better. I've still been playing with it. I think it's a good anti... I don't know, like paired with Elsa, it's a good card. So, like the 5-cost evasive Elsa that exerts. It's also good with that, very notably good with that new Ursula, the one that plays a song on play. Sorry, plays a song and exerts. Let's see if I can find her and pull her up for you. This one. It's a good combo there. I don't know. I think the market price. This card's about where I think it should settle, but it's worth keeping an eye on. I think if you don't already have Into the Unknowns and you're playing Blurple, you might want to have some. Next, we're gonna talk about Clarabel. Clarabel, Light on Her Hooves. That's the one. Green's almost only remaining draw engine. Well, the only remaining good one, at least. Now that Diablo and Prince John are gone, rest in peace. Actually, no, I'll piss on your graves if I have to, but, like, look at this. Boom. Like, this card is, people are like, oh, I want to play green, but no Diablo or Prince John. Then people are like, have you met Clarabel? The price goes up. $22 for a regular price. I think this card could reach $30, as long as, again, mid-range decks. Blue-green Cow loves her. Obviously, it's named after her, but we're starting to see her come up in green-purple mid-range. We're starting to see her come up in red-green. She just gets, like, even green-steel might be playing her now. Good card. I still have Ursula on my screen. But yeah, this card, good card. Next, we have Basil. Also a good card for blue-green, and I think definitely should be played in blue-green right now. It's a good discard engine in the way that, like, every turn you get to discard one of their cards, and also on play has a great ETB effect. I wish he was 6 costs so I could find him with Down in New Orleans and play him for free, but alas, he's not. But yeah, I think if you play blue-green, definitely worth checking out at 40 cents for a rare. Not bad. Pretty good price, especially if you're interested in blue-green. Next we have, actually, we'll talk about the other Basil that I think is good. Which one is he? Practice Detective? Nope, wrong one. Disguise Detective. This one. I think this card is also very good. It's an uncommon, so keep that in mind. But if you don't have him, he's pretty good. I think I've been playing a blue-green deck that I just play Kita, and then I play this Basil, and every turn I'm discarding one of your cards, 2 of your cards, sorry, from hand, so you never develop cards against me, and then I pair it with cards like Stop Chaos in its tracks, playing the other Basil, bouncing your cards to hand, and then just discarding them right away with this Basil. Definitely a good card. Take a look at. Next we have, we're almost done here, Hades Ruthless Tyrant. $1 actually right now. That's kind of crazy. This is a phenomenal draw engine, especially in the red-purple damage moving deck. Every red-purple deck I think should be running maybe 1 or 2 copies of this card. Yes, he's uninkable and he's a high cost, so maybe don't go 4 of, but card is really good right now. My friend in my play group that plays a lot of red-purple is Dustin. He's been loving this card. 80 cents for a super rare, very good. Definitely recommend playing, grabbing this card at this price. And yeah, so that'll be, and that's it now. Actually, that's all for the this set, I think. There's probably a couple others that I think are worth taking a look at, like Jafar in a non... Where is he? This Jafar, he's worth taking a look at without... I haven't tested him yet, so I'm not going to fully go into detail, but without red-blue being around and all that strength-based removal, he could be a big, powerful card. But yeah, we'll talk about more cards in another video, but yeah, these are cards to look at, and yeah, let me know what you guys think are cards to look at in the comments. If you like this video, like and also subscribe, and thanks. I'll see you guys in the next video.